Christmas is truly the celebration of the birth of God's Son. But without knowing God's purpose for sending him, there cannot be truly a celebration of Christmas. I have described what could have happened externally, but think about Jesus himself. Would he have thought that he didn't need anyone else to help him rule as Messiah? Or would he have thought he would need a wife, in-laws, children, and grandchildren, so that his tradition could be passed down? Don't you think Jesus felt he needed to be exemplary in all human relations on earth and should occupy every position a human being could have, parent, grandparent, in-law, so that he could set the heavenly tradition? We are gathered to celebrate the true Christmas because we know God and his purpose. We know Jesus' purpose and intention for coming to this world. And in addition, we are handpicked by God to vindicate Jesus and liberate the heart of God by accomplishing what Jesus left undone. If we say Merry Christmas with that in mind, then God and Jesus will respond thousands of times, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. This year's Christmas is different from all the other Christmases you celebrated in the past because you know its true meaning. Adieu, and happy holidays.
Good morning, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas. Have we had good celebration or keeping it for afternoon? Yeah. It's great to see you all day today. So happy to have Christmas on a Sunday. And it's I was imagining Christmas is all the time on Sundays, but it is not, no? Not like Easter. But it's so nice. And also I was last week as I was preparing for Christmas service, I heard many churches, they don't have service on Christmas Day because it's a public holiday. Do you know about that? Oh, yeah. I thought that's funny, interesting thing. It is public holiday because everyone can go to church. And because you don't have to go to school, you don't have to go to work, you could go to church. That's why it's a public holiday. But I was surprised to hear that many churches cancel their services because it's a public holiday. Anyway, I'm glad that you are here, and we are here to celebrate Jesus' birthday. And it's really happy to see you all. Thank you for coming. Recently, I was thinking a lot about Jesus' life and Christmas, and especially this past couple of weeks preparing for the service. And I was thinking how would be Jesus preparing himself for Jesus' birthday? According to traditional understanding, we Christians believe that Jesus was a prepared Son of God. He knew that he's going to be born from Mary, probably. I don't know exactly, but what do you think? Did he know that he's going to be born with from this lineage and this particular lady, and he is going to be the King of Jews, maybe with a staff and throne and all of kingly and priestly things with him? Do you think so? What about have you ever imagined Jesus being born, and then actually we don't know exactly all things happened in Jesus' life, especially in the young age. Did he ever go to school, or did he ever really did anything a normal child would do? I would think probably he might have done all those things. Probably when he was born, he did not even know that he is a prepared person for God to be the savior of the entire humanity, even to be the savior of his own parents, and even those leaders around, Jewish leaders and everyone. I would think he was aware of that much later. Otherwise, how it would be, walking around when as soon as he born, hey guys, I know you don't know, but I know who I am. I'm going to save you all, and without me you cannot get saved. I'm the only one I can save all of you. Was that a possibility? I don't think that's a possibility. I truly believe Jesus born as a regular person. The only thing was, it was kind of a little bit more messier than a regular birth. He had to be born in a manger with the cows and probably cow dungs around, usually kind of not really nice place. And that's why maybe when he went to school, probably he didn't even want to talk about that. Do you want to talk about something really bad happened in your life with your friends? Hey guys, you know that I born in a manger with all those cows standing there. We didn't have money to go to a hospital. We didn't have any money to hire anyone. I don't think we want to share. If anything bad happened to me, especially when I'm a kid, especially when I'm in school with my friends, I don't want to share anything. Probably Jesus had a hard time kind of trying to understand why he is going through all these kind of difficult times in his life. Why he had to run away from his family, could not stay in peace where he born, or which he belonged to, the towns he belonged to. He could not be there. He had to run away. And he was really worried about that. Why is it? Why can't I have a decent life? Why can't he might wanted to have play dates like you all want to have, like you young children, you want to have play dates and maybe sometimes sleepovers with the other families, other friends. Maybe Jesus was someone like that. We want to have a normal life. And in today's reading, we heard that Jesus also wanted to have a family, wanted to maybe become parents, wanted to become grandparents, or maybe want to have in-laws and many relatives and then everyone to understand him. But in reality, no one could understood him, and no one could, even though he was going from synagogues to synagogue and explain other people that, oh, I have a mission. I just realized that God told me that I have to start a family with a prepared person because I'm a prepared person, and I have to restart the lineage of God. I'm the Son of God. I'm the begotten Son of God. What would be people's attitude? Sorry. We have noticed that people weren't so happy about that. And people said, hey, you are talking against God. That is not in principle. That is not in Jewish law. You are talking against that. Who are you? You are son of a carpenter. You get out of here. That was the way Jesus had to face life that time. Even though he went synagogue to synagogue, nobody understood. And not even his own family members. Because that was the time Judaism was preparing. They were ready to welcome a Messiah who comes on horseback, or who comes with probably with a staff on his hand, with a crown on his head. That's what they were expecting, a Messiah to be born. A Messiah would be a mighty king, king of kings, savior of everyone. And yesterday, as I was kind of sharing my sermon with Rani, she kind of shared a funny story she had with her mother. She is also a Mary, Rani's mother. And after Rani came to know about our church, and after she learned divine principle, she went back home, and parents were asking, what is it all about? Then they were explaining, oh, this is about this kind of principle, and we have Messiah living now on this earth, And then she got so curious. Then she asked, oh, what is that? Then she said, yeah, Messiah is born in Korea, and she has a wife, and so he has a wife, and he has these many children. Then Rani's mother was so shocked. What? What are you talking about? Messiah here now? And she is from a very traditional Catholic family, waiting for the Messiah to come back. When she is here, then no, that's not possible. You say, you think Messiah can marry? And he can have children? No, 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 no. That is something crazy. That was kind of the way just recently somebody is kind of responding to the Messiah. And the same way, in a similar way, Jesus was experiencing such kind of welcome in that world, the world which was waiting for the Messiah. And I sometimes think, sometimes our blessed children may have such kind of experiences. You kind of realize you have Jesus, even though Jesus born as a regular person, then later Jesus kind of realizing that I have to do something, some great mission I have. God is telling me that I have to save all these people. I have to start a lineage of God. I'm the son of God. And I can't be just like my friends, and I can't just fool around. I'm not supposed to be that way. And Jesus is kind of, oh my God, that is something serious. Can I do that? And sometimes I hear from our blessed children, they say, when they go to school, they see many of their friends, they are partying, having drinking and parties. And even my daughter, my second daughter, she is in 6th grade. 2 weeks ago, she came to me and she told me, oh, Appa, I heard that one of my friend has a boyfriend. And then another week, she again said that, oh, Appaji, that's a big problem there. They are in, my friend, I forget her name, she is in big trouble because she broke up with her boyfriend. And it was like maybe a 1 week relationship they started, they broke off, that's why they are in big trouble. And anyway, my daughter was laughing and telling me that many of them are started looking for boyfriends because they think they need to find one in order to get married in future. Then when my daughter said that, oh, you don't have to do that, and then they said, then how can we get married? We have to be serious now. Then only we can get married. Anyway, then in these circumstances, sometimes you may find it is kind of, oh my God, my parents are telling me that I have a different lifestyle. I should keep certain kind of standards in my life, so I'm not supposed to do this. And I'm not saying that all other kids except all non-BC kids are bad or anything. I know so many kids are really amazingly good. It's totally fine to be friends with them, and you should really make more and more friends. But I'm just talking about the cultural dilemma you may have faced in the schools or in universities or in workplace. Sometimes adults can have that also. Jesus might have gone through such kind of dilemma in his life, saying that, oh my God, God is saying that I have this mission. How can I do? How do I make that happen? Then slowly he become an outcast in the society. Then nobody want him. And that's what I was kind of thinking about that a lot. Then this Christianity for past 2,000 years could not fully understand, even though we celebrate these Christmases every year and year. We celebrate the beautiful time with the picture of baby Jesus kind of wrapped in a really nice, wrapped very nicely. But was it like that? No. Even that songs we sing today, it's beautiful song, it was kind of really amazing, but many times we just see that glorified thing, and which right now we are aware, which we kind of many people know, but the beginning time, Jesus was going through real tough time. And I also noticed that, I believe that, when Jesus went and tell people that I am a chosen person of God, nobody could accept that. Sometimes in a similar fashion, true parents also go through such kind of thing. Do you remember, some few months back, True Mother mentioned that I'm the begotten daughter of God. How do you think? What, everyone happy and clapping and everyone, hey, that's amazing. You go, True Mother, you are great. Now, I think it was a little bit kind of, oh, wait a minute, what's that? I had a lot of questions afterwards. Several people asked me, why do True Mother call herself as begotten daughter? What does that really mean? There was no begotten daughter in the world. There was no begotten daughter in Christianity. There was only one begotten son. It is understandable that Father called himself as begotten son, but why do we call mother as begotten daughter? It's funny. We don't need such kind of things. Not everyone, just some people were asking me, some of our members, and I was kind of explaining personally, oh, this is the way it should be, according to principle. Then I was trying to show that, this four-position foundation diagrams and things, then this is the way restoration happens, and this is the way originally creation happened, and it has to happen that way, all kind of explanations. And I was dealing one by one. Sometimes I had some non-church, non-unification church people also asked me, some people connected to us, very good Christians, they were also very confused. Why is it? Why do we call this kind of, why do we bring new terminologies like this? But today I thought, today we are celebrating Jesus' birth. Jesus came as the only begotten Son of God. Yet, we celebrate his birthday for more than 2,000 years. Yet, we did not understand Jesus' mission fully well. Yet, we did not really try to understand him deeply enough so that we can really understand what do we do in our life. We wanted to have, everyone, the whole world wanted to have cheer, happiness, which is really great. We have to do, and we really need to celebrate Christmas. But deep behind that celebration, we are doing this because this is the birthday of Jesus, the only begotten Son of God. That's why we are celebrating that. But during that celebration, it's easy to forget, why do we even celebrate this? And sometimes we even have jokes, like people think it was the birthday of Santa Claus, and it was, those kind of things happens. And here, and especially, that's why, because we don't understand that, we do not even understand true parents' role. We do not understand how true parents came to this earth. When Jesus came, when Jesus realized his mission, he realized that he need to really start, find the prepared spouse for him and start a family and restart the lineage of God and bring everyone back to God. Bring the entire humanity back to God. And our true parents also doing the same mission. And only when we really understand that what is the meaning of begotten daughter, we can understand true parents. And in order to understand, we need to understand what is begotten son means. And let me explain a little bit, when we studied theology in UTS about Christian theology, and there are different views, and one of the major view in Christianity is that we are calling Jesus as the only begotten Son of God because Jesus was present before the creation, and Jesus was with God, and Jesus will be the same forever, and that is why Jesus is the only Son, the only begotten Son of God. But this begotten word, the only begotten Son, that came from a word from Greek explanation. Greek said it is monogenes. Monogenes means, mono means only or one, something like that. And genus means born, the only born Son of God. And let me also read one passage. True Father said, this is from the book, The Way of Unification, part 1. Can you, okay, it's there. Let me read that. Who is the Messiah? What kind of person is he? The Messiah is the first Son of God. The term, the only begotten Son of God, originates here. You speak of Jesus Christ as the only begotten Son of God without knowing this historical background. The only begotten Son means the only one who receives God's first love. He has the right to be called the only begotten Son because the tainted blood of the fall was cleansed. He stands in the position to love and receive love from God directly. And he comes in the position to pay all the indemnity to clean away the stains left by Satan. That's why we call him God's only begotten Son. No one in the 2000 years of Christian history has understood this. Actually, True Parents House spoke about Jesus' life extensively. Every Christmas sermon Father gave is about the life of Jesus. And here, Father is talking about what does it mean to be the begotten Son of God. The begotten Son of God means the one who born into a lineage which God can really love. And also the one who doesn't have any connection with the stains of the fall, any connection with the fall, the one who completely restores what happened during the fall. And that way, God can really see, when God created Adam and Eve, they were the first children of God, but they fell away from God. And the one who came in order to undo that, and who was successfully able to restore that lineage of God, or to become the Son of God, he is the only begotten Son of God. And that's why we call Jesus as the only begotten Son, because Jesus born into a lineage which God was preparing. God was working through that, and finally Jesus born. So, to make it clear, the begotten Son of God, it is, when you listen to that word, it is a heavy loaded word. Feels like, oh my God, what is that? It's a heavy loaded theological word. What does that really mean? That's what the first impression we get. And some translations, if you read Bible, the passages where it is saying begotten Son of God, I think it's in I think John's book, it is saying the begotten Son of God, I think. In some translation, we have this word, the begotten Son of God. Some other translations, it has the only born of God, the only born Son of God. You know, if it's very simple. When you see Adam and Eve, and then who were the ones God created? Only Adam and Eve into God as God's direct children. All others are created from Adam and Eve or from other people. So in that sense, they are the only one God created. But because they lost that, again Jesus had to restore that position. So it means a man who is completely restored to the state before the fall. The first man, the first person who completely restored to that state before the fall. Then what does that mean? The only begotten daughter of God. Bible doesn't talk about that. But here, Father talk about that. Let me read that. I'm pretty sure some of you have heard that directly from Father. And God lost human history due to Adam and Eve's failure. However, for the first time, the only Son whose blood lineage God could love was born on earth. Jesus, the elder Son, was born. Although the only begotten Son was born, no only begotten daughter appeared. It can be said that God created Adam again after 4,000-year history of salvation. After making Adam, God created Eve as Adam's counterpart by imitating Adam, applying the same principle and blueprint used when creating Adam. You know, this speech is given nearby in New York City, and it's into May 8, 2001. Father gave this speech in Canaan Baptist Church in Harlem. And I don't know, any of you were there and you remember that? Mr. Eaton was there. And you know, even though Father talked about this only begotten daughter, I don't know anybody really remember that, because that wasn't any confusion. But recently, when Mother talked about that, it really became, oh, why is it now? Why do we talk about this? Here, and also I encourage you to read that entire speech. It is talking again in later some passages. It says that even Jesus' time, only begotten daughter had to be born on the foundation of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and all of their investment. That means not only Jesus was born as the only begotten Son, there was a prepared bride for Jesus who born as the only begotten daughter, but they could not appear there. She could not be found, or maybe not even realized, because of the circumstances of that time. And so it is Father saying that although the only begotten Son was born, no only begotten daughter appeared. They could not, the only begotten Son could not consummate his marriage. He could not really start that lineage of God there. And here, Father specifically talking about that. But many times, I do believe that Christianity was, this past 2,000 years, was in a situation of a child, or maybe a people who were raised by single parents for generations. So when the actual parents come as husband and wife together, they would suddenly say, no, wait a minute, what is that? We have only one father in our home. And nowadays it's very common, especially in inner cities, that children are raised by only mothers. And I heard that when father show up, they don't like that. They don't want anyone to tell them what to do, or they don't want both parents. They want to just have freedom, and they are used to that kind of single parent lifestyle. And here in Christianity, they did not have that model of parents there, and that's why they did not have that term, even begotten daughter. It's a big surprise. They say, oh, that's a new thing. No, we don't want that. And even we as people who educated in principle, sometimes we say, oh, what does that really mean? Do we need to talk about this thing? Something like that. I had conversations like that. But after that, I tried to study about that a lot, and I could see it's total simple sense, it's simple logic. We have to have Father talk about that, and I do believe on this Christmas day, if we are able to understand Jesus' heart properly, if we are able to understand God's heart towards Messiah properly, that would be the best Christmas celebration we can ever do in our life. That will be the best honor we are giving to Jesus. That will be the best honor we are giving back to our true parents. You know, our true parents' time, they could come together. Here, please read this speech on May 18, 2001. Maybe with the next e-news, I can send it again. And when you read that, you can understand more and more. And Jesus' time, Jesus could not do that. But Jesus was sad all throughout this 2,000 plus years. God was sad all throughout this 6,000 plus years. And finally, when true parents started that, that is the victory of Jesus. That is the victory of God. And Jesus would be so happy that, oh, finally, my Father, God would be so happy that God's begotten Son and daughter could join together, and they could restart the lineage of God, and they are able to continue that. All of you sitting here, you are the result of that. You are sitting here as the result of Jesus' prayer for thousands of years, God's hard work for thousands of years. God wanted to start families which God can be proud of. Only if God was able to start a family with God's begotten Son and God's begotten Son together, so begotten daughter together, then only other people can saved back to God, come back to God, and become one with God. And without that, there is no hope for Jesus, no hope for God. And I'm so proud of being here with all of you who made that happen for God, who made that happen for Jesus. Today, Jesus is so happy because you are here sitting with that understanding that you are the lineage God was looking for. You were the lineage Jesus wanted to start in his lifetime. But, brothers and sisters, it can be many times when we go through struggles in our family, we feel like, no, I don't think we are really that kind of restored lineage. I don't think that. Many times, we still, husband and wife have sometimes go through different arguments and struggles. Parents and children might not have the best relationship. And please do understand that satanic power is still in this world. They want to cut off everything. They want to break our families. Satanic forces want to destroy our children. When they try to keep their morals and their life standard, the satanic culture cut them off, enforce them. No, that's not fun. don't have it. This is not really anything special. But you are the result of God's thousands of years of investment. Our families are the result of God's thousands of years of investment. Even if it is the hardest thing for you to make it, please continue. Even if you can't really sit together with your wife or husband, the fact that you are together, God is happy. God can happily feel proud that there is hope and it will continue. And today, as we celebrate this Christmas, please do understand that you are carrying on that mission of Jesus. With the pride, let us celebrate Christmas today. And I know we were kind of always fundraising and things, that kind of things even on Christmas Day. But today I really want to encourage, celebrate your life and offer your life to Jesus. Invite Jesus to your home and celebrate with your families, with your wife, with your husband, with your children, with neighbors and your friends and relatives. Celebrate Jesus. Let us really be grateful to Jesus for allowing us to understand this and really keeping at this for all of us so that we could come now and with that full understanding of what is Jesus' mission, what was his life like that then, and what we need to do in order to give our glory and thanks to Jesus. Let us celebrate that with a full understanding. And I know you all understand that, but I'm just reminding you, please celebrate today with happiness and cheer. Let us celebrate this Christmas holiday, this Christmas with amazing happiness and gratitude to Jesus. And also, let me read this. You know, Father, just like Father said, you know, today, when Jesus really understands that we are sitting here with him to support him, continue what he wanted to do, he would be so happy today. And more than any other gift he could have, he would be so happy saying a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas to all of us. And let us say that back to Jesus, a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. And as Father said, this year's Christmas is different from all the other Christmases all other Christmases you celebrated in the past, because you know its true meaning now. And I want you to share that with everyone. I want you to share that even the same passion. Let us celebrate our true parents' birthday also. This is, I always feel that true parents' birthday and Christmas are the same thing. And this year onwards, we really want to celebrate true parents' birthday also, just as big as Christmas. And of course, we always celebrate and we do that, but we really want to make it as the big as we can, so that the future generation will understand what we are trying to do, what true parents are, what Jesus was trying to do, and what is the heart of God. And brothers and sisters, happy Merry Christmas, and may God bless you. Thank you so much.
Telling you be a good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallow for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmas that long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. much mistletoeing, and hearts will be glowing, and loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallow for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmas's long,